Well, Bella's puppies are 7 weeks old now, and this is where I take them several times a day now to take care of their bathroom needs, and they're learning quite well. They're doing almost 100% of the pooping out here, and not all, but a significant amount of the peeing in this area. In fact, I think as we speak, I see somebody taking care of some needs right now. But the interesting thing is they love to play when they're in this area. So over the past couple of days, I took a few little snippets I want to show you of the puppies playing in this area. This was just a few days ago. We decided it was a great time for Sherlock to visit with the puppies. He loves to play with them. They love to play with him. And he makes a pretty darn good babysitter for the puppies. Hey, see, he goes through the tunnel and he waits to see, is anybody coming through? Anybody coming through? Okay, we'll go the other way. And then he hides behind the tunnel, comes back and looks again. And then, this is my favorite, this is the old tunnel roll, where it goes back and forth all over the place. Kind of looks like the tunnel itself is alive, but nope, that's just Sherlock and the pups. And letting them play like this is actually a great part of the socialization process. You know, socialization usually refers to getting the puppies accustomed to being with people and meeting people they have not met before and going to places they have not been before. But I think it also includes the other dogs. We do live in a household where we have more than one dog. And I want those pups to be able to adapt to any situation that they may run into. So they got kind of tired, and that was the end of the vigorous playtime. But then we flash forward to the other night. I had to use flashlight, sorry about that, but it was kind of dark out there. But it was the last time to go out for the night before bedtime. And what you see the puppy carrying around there is a scrunchie. My granddaughter left that because they actually like that as a toy to play with. It's something they can easily bite, carry it around. It's very, very light, and makes a great pull toy. They can play tug of war, which I think is going to be coming up in just a minute. It does kind of look like they're having a hard time deciding between the tunnel and the wobble board. We take a little sniff at the bone there, but now you see this great tug of war. Hard to spot in the dark, but I think that's Lucy and Betty, and they are having a vigorous tug of war. But you know, what's fun for one puppy is more fun for two puppies, and it's super fun for three puppies. So it's just logical that a third one got involved. I believe Lucy stole that scrunchie and is running around with it right now. Take it to the wobble board and just kind of sit there. You know, they use that wobble board to sort of play king of the mountain, and they like to be up just a little bit taller than their sisters. And I think the three of them got involved in a very interesting three-way tug of war, dragging the scrunchie into the tunnel. And take a close look at the inside of the tunnel there. You see one of them is being dragged, lying down on her side, being dragged by the scrunchie and the other puppy. So I think it's kind of amusing that they get all that worked up about something that most of us don't really care a heck of a lot about. And finally we have the following morning they were out, and it seems like they've substituted the bone or bones for the scrunchie, because they grabbed the bone and got on the wobble board, and then they kind of fight over it. Somehow they don't seem to realize that when you tip the wobble board down, it's going to cover whatever it is you're trying to get from underneath. And they just keep tipping it down, and they absolutely can't get to it. But I'm just happy to see that they're doing well with the wobble board. It's a great toy. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little insight into what the puppies do when they're out here. I have to spend a lot of time sitting here watching them. I'm afraid to leave them by themselves because I always look up there and I'm watching out for like hawks. We don't have too many where we are, but I've seen a couple of hawks fly by a few times, so I want to be careful. I don't leave them by themselves. But they're having a grand old time. They're going through the tunnel, as you can see. And they're also on and off of that wobble board quite a bit. There's some bones and other things that they like to play with. So we'll let them have their fun. I'll sit here and maybe get a little rest.